While spiritual warfare can certainly be involved when a Delilah is present in our lives, I'm not specifically talking about a spirit of Delilah in this video. I'm referring to someone who has similar traits as the evil woman Delilah as described in the Bible. So here are 9 signs someone is a Delilah. Number 1. A Delilah will try to use your weaknesses to control you. Before Samson met Delilah in Judges 16, we see that he had a weakness towards seduction. In Judges 14, he fell for a godless woman that was unholy. In Judges 16 verse 1, Samson pursued a prostitute. Despite God using Samson in many good ways, he was clearly a man with deep flaws and weaknesses. A Delilah has the ability to pick up on your weaknesses and then use them as leverage to accomplish what they want. Notice that in Judges 16 verses 4 through 6, that Samson's enemies were well aware of his specific weakness. Delilah used her beauty to try to control Samson through his weakness towards seduction. Likewise, if someone is aware of your weaknesses and is trying to exploit them for their own personal gain, they are a Delilah to you. Avoid this person and accept that they will bring you nothing but harm if you let them stay in your life. Number 2, if this person confirms your initial instincts that they are untrustworthy, this is a sign of a Delilah. We shouldn't judge people without evidence, but we also should not ignore the discernment the Holy Spirit is sending us either. In Judges 16, 7 through 9, Samson clearly had a sense in his inner being that Delilah was not trustworthy, which is why he lied to her about the source of his true power. Delilah then immediately confirmed Samson's inner suspicions about her by betraying him. Unfortunately for Samson, he kept playing with fire and let Delilah stay in his life, even though she validated his concerns about her. If your inner discernment has been confirmed through damning external evidence, God is exposing a Delilah. Number 3, if someone has the ability to twist every situation to make themselves the victim and you the wrongdoer, this is a sign of a Delilah. Some people are excellent arguers and have a way of twisting the evidence and truth to make you the bad guy, even though they are the ones who actually did something wrong. Notice in Judges 16, 10 through 12, how Delilah just betrayed Samson, but somehow she is accusing him of mocking her. She has turned the situation completely around, and instead of being the betrayer, now she is the victim. If someone is always the victim, no matter how badly they are the ones who have betrayed you, this is a sign of a Delilah. Number 4, if this person endlessly nags and pressures you repeatedly in the same way over and over, until they get exactly what they want, this is a sign of a Delilah. Delilah was relentless in the worst type of way. No matter how many times she failed at ruining Samson, she just kept trying again and again. Notice in Judges 16, 13 through 14, that her tactics didn't even change that much. She was just persistently nagging and forceful. She already failed to trick him in this way before, but she just tried again until she found success. If someone is persistently nagging you to give you what they want, even though you both know what they want is not good for you, this is a sign of a Delilah. Number 5, if someone uses your love for them against you, this is a sign of a Delilah. For some reason, Samson seems to have really loved this woman. Despite her betrayal after betrayal, he unwisely stays with her. But notice how she uses his obvious love for her against him. Judges 16 verse 15 says, "And she said to him, 'How can you say, I love you, when your heart is not with me? You have mocked me these 3 times, and you have not told me where your great strength lies.'" A Delilah will start a sentence with the line, "If you really love me, you would." Don't let your love for someone be used against you. Number 6, if someone's presence in your life is making you feel like death, this is a sign of a Delilah. If you've ever loved someone who struggled with addiction, you know how frustrating it can be to see this person keep something in their life that is literally killing them. This is how it is when a Delilah is in our lives. They are like an addiction that started out with pleasure but is now producing death. As Judges 16 verse 16 says, "And when she pressed him hard with her words day after day and urged him, his soul was vexed to death." Number 7, If someone is tempting you to betray God, this is a sign of a Delilah. While Samson's love life with women was obviously a total disaster, the worst part about his relationship issues was that ultimately they ended up hurting his relationship with God. Samson was committed to the Lord, but through his association with Delilah, he revealed his secrets and compromised God's presence in his life. Number 8, if someone you trusted begins to torment you with what you have shared with them in secret, this is a sign of a Delilah. If someone really loves you, they will want to know the real you. They will want you to share your secrets with them. But unfortunately, people who just want to abuse you will also want you to share your secrets with them. So you have to be careful with who you share your secrets with. In Judges 16:18-19, Delilah uses Samson's secrets against him. Delilah was obviously untrustworthy, so Samson was a fool for telling her his most important secrets. But some people come across as trustworthy and only later reveal themselves to be a Delilah by using our secrets against us. This is why we must be slow to trust people deeply. Our trust of people should correspond to the evidence of their trustworthiness. And number 9, if you know this person is eventually going to hurt you, but for some reason you are keeping them in your life, this is a sign of a Delilah. He knew he shouldn't trust her. In the end, if a Delilah is in our lives, ultimately this says more about us than it does about this person. Delilahs are not the type of people who are liars in secret. They are not so crafty that we had no idea they were going to hurt us one day. Certainly there are people like this in the world, but the character of Delilah in the Bible was not this way. Samson knew she was dangerous, but he kept her in his life anyways. Therefore, a Delilah in your life will be marked by your knowledge that they are dangerous, but for some reason you can't seem to let them go. Against your better judgment, you are knowingly playing with fire and actively tricking yourself that you won't get burned. Although deep down, you know this will eventually happen. Don't be fooled by the addictive power of a Delilah that tempts you to actively ignore what you know you should do. Remove this person before it's too late. Is God trying to warn you about a Jezebel in your life? I'm Mark from ApplyGodsWord.com. Until next time, God bless.